line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up. Finger to the sky and a green light shining bright. The only thing I have in mind is the finish line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet. Not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh.
For the final time here in 2022, ladies and gentlemen, we present to you one last little ride, a wild ride to be exact, as we return to our grassroots of the dirt track racing scene. Race fans alike, welcome to the Holly Jolly 50, presented by White Knuckle Graphics here on PT Racing TV. Hi everyone, it is great to see you back here once more, and great to see you all on the show as we get ready to get down to business here, thanks to our friends from Gun Graphix Designs, Wolf Speed Media, and White Knuckle Graphics and Shut Up Shop and WB Creative Designs for their support and help to get this race and show on the road today. We appreciate you all tuning in, and thank you so much for coming on board. It is time to get down to business though, as we're getting ready for the Holly Jolly 50 here at Lima Land Motorsports Park here in Lima, Ohio. We're getting ready to get down to the action here, and yes, I know my voice is crisp, and I apologize in advance, but there's really not much I can do about it. We'll talk with drivers as we go along for the ride tonight as we get ready to take it on down to the track side. Drivers preparing for their qualifying stage right now. Currently, we're going to bring them 2 cars out on the track. They get 2 laps on the track to run. And as soon as they have completed their stops, they will then exit off the track, stage left, and bring us out the next set. So without further ado, race fans, it's time to get to it's time to get to the action, time to get to the drivers out on the track here as we present to you the first drivers on the lineup. As soon as one of them decides to show up here. One of them will be on the track. Oh, wait, here we go. We've got them on the track now. Race fans, our first competitors coming out. Zachary Barish and Jody Willard will be the first ones out on the roster here. Different areas of the track, different service, so just be aware of that. Barish is going to set the base, is going to set his first time on the clock, and it'll be a 12.48. That'll be his time and a mark. Jody Willard going to bring it right out around as he pilots up the number 72. His time, 12.74. Did tag the wall, though, earlier in the run. Now on the stage here, piloting the number 21, that is Noah Groves on the track here. He's going to bring it out of the spot, going to take it to the high side, try to run the cushion up a bit and see what he can get going up there. Really going to try to see what he can bring. He's got to stay off that wall protection to untouch that wall, and your lap and time does not count. He's well aware of that. He'll set second fast, though. Unfortunately, tags the wall down off of turn number 3 and 4. His time will be a 12.61. Joseph Bean laying down a 12.56 in the 82 to set the second fastest of the mark. Coming out next, Robert Overstreet and Jake Holt. The 46 is Overstreet, and the 79 will be Jake Holt here. Both drivers making their way around. Jake Holt going to try to set his time. These are the super late model supers, by the way, so the absolute fastest of the fast, the toughest of the tough. These are the bad boys 602 motors. And Overstreet actually take the fast time, 12.46 is qualifying time marked down. Jake Holt will set fourth fastest for his run in momentum. Searching around now for our next competitors. Here we go. Here is the next competitor out on the track, Tim Hendry, piloting in the number 20. Hendry going to try a completely different line here, going from top, then he'll go to the bottom. Looks like his time, though, is not going to get anything in. He's going to be down on the bottom list of the tiers here. Rodney Bailey is now out on the track as well, the 111 coming out. And again, we got to kind of flip through the cars here. Unfortunately, they are different servers here, and I know if I kind of sound like I'm losing my voice here, it's not because the drivers get me too excited. Coming down with something, unfortunately, so I'm trying to hold my breath in as much as I can. But 12.39 holds in quite well. Rodney Bailey rockets the bottom, and he uses it to his advantage. The 111 is your fastest qualifier so far. Now onto the show, the 524. That is Brent Carey now making his way through. Let's see if he takes a lesson from Rodney Bailey. The 111, he'll take it to the bottom side too. Instead of trying to topple the top side, he runs the extreme bottom lane, trying to get some speed going. Crisscross and applesauce is his way into the top spot. 12.32 for Brent Carey, the 524. One more time around though, after setting the quick time. Can he set another one? No, will not count. Slaps the wall there on the front straightaway. That lap will not count. Now onto his stage here. We'll see what the 18 Josh Anders can bring to the table here. He now sets his qualifying time up. Here he comes onto the track. Anders, the number 18 machine, looking to try to get himself the fastest and the best speed equivalent to what he can do on the table here. Sticks to the bottom lane, looking to try to shorten the track out as much as he can. It puts him in the top 5 for now. I suspect a lot of these drivers, though, will be going towards that outside line as this day goes on. Burning up that bottom lane right now will certainly help their cause a bit, but it will make things more difficult the more we go along. Anders' qualifying time will be 5th fastest at 12.50 at his best. So that is going to be his best time today, as we are currently looking around for our next driver on the track. Got a couple of them laying their weight down there. One of them is going to now head to the track. That is the 115. That is going to be Jeremy Boshi. Bochi is going to be now bringing it down the track. I hope I'm saying his last name right as well. time. OG gonna set down his time here, gonna throw right out on the track and see what he can bring to the table. The 1:15's time to start is fifth fastest, 12.50, gets 1,000 of a tenth faster than Josh Anders. That will be the fifth fastest of the bunch. Definitely has to be proud about that. A lot of guys are gonna be really tough to take down here, and he knows it. Now onto the track in the number 14 iRacing machine. That is Mason Sweet now on the call here. You can hear the roar of the Super Lakes just continuing to cream around here at Lima Land. Continuing to fire them on down to the track side though. Mason Sweet's time's looking pretty solid, trying to get a good run off into the distance. His time is going to be the lower end of the track here. 12th fastest, slid around a little too much, rear end kicked out too much there. You got to keep that thing straight as can be. He gets a 13.04 for his troubles. Now onto the track here, we've got two entering out on the track. One of them is Jackson Franklin in the number 1, and Gavin Ropchin. Ropchin going to set the 4th fastest in the 03. Jeremy Parker going to wait his turn as the number 1 of Jackson Franklin brings it out on the track. His first time is going to be a 12.69. Trying to bring it in quick, trying to bring it in as fast as he can to get all the momentum he can bring to the table. And his time will be a fast one. Third fastest for Jackson Franklin. Time to score 12.45. Jeremy Parker now brings the white knuckle setup over 40 back onto the track as well. More white nickel setup shop drivers trying to bring it to the table. Ninth fastest though will set the time with a 12.52 for Jeremy Parker. Absolutely incredible speeds carried over for these drivers, but now heading in on the track, Jared King, looking to bring the number 12 out. Waiting his command to get ready to go here. We'll see how he does, but first, before we get to him here, it's time to listen to the drivers here. Brent Carey right now is on the call here with us. Brent, set the fastest time out there early on, getting a 12.32. How was it feeling down here at Lima Land?
It feels good, man. The track's fast right now. Ready to see how these heat races go. Hopefully there's some good racing.
Well, a lot of drivers early on, they started on the top side, then a lot of them now trying to go towards the bottom where it seems the speed is kicked in as Jared King has kind of learned from you and them boys. What do you think, though, it will be like when you get later on past the heats and into the 8 mains?
Well, Lima Land, man, it's usually all just about who's comfortable where, so I think we'll see a multi-group track, and we'll just see who's more comfortable, I guess, at the end.
For sure there. All right, Brent, we appreciate your time down there, sir. Good luck to you and this crew as we get ready to go.
I appreciate it, buddy.
Brent Carey, ladies and gentlemen, on the line here. We'll take a listen now to Jared King here as he has laid down his qualifying time, third fastest of the bunch. Jared, got to be very proud of that, but it looked like on that last lap, truck car came a little bit too close to the wall in the front straightaway. What happened there on that last lap, sir?
Car just seemed to float up on me. Seemed like it was pretty stuck to the track though. Other than that.
Pretty losing that indeed. Now, I'll ask you as well here. We've heard some drivers saying this is going to be more of a multi-group kind of track, more of a multi-ended area. For you, where is going to be your product placement? Where do you want to put this car at today?
You mean as in like top 5, top 3, or are you saying
on the track? On the track. Like, where do you want to run at, like, to get the most speed?
Oh man, I'm more of I ran a lot of top at this track, but I definitely wherever the group takes me, I guess.
For sure there. All right. Well, nevertheless, Jared, we appreciate your time down there, sir. Best of luck to you and the team.
Have a good night.
Jared King, ladies and gentlemen, they're on the line as we now approach into heat number 1. Onto the stage here, race fans. Here we go now. Heat number 1's going to set him onto the stage here. Brent Carey will be our number 1 qualifier. He'll set the stone high with a 524. And outside of him, number 46, it's Robert Overstreet in the 46. Row number 2 is going to be the 18, and Josh Anders is outside the 21. That'll be Noah Groves. And finally, in row number 3, Mason Sweet pilots the number 14. It's supposed to be the 56. That'll be the 14 today. Here we go. We're going to get him on stage here, race fans. It's time to get out to the action. It's time to get down to the business. This is our final call ever in 2022. And they must have been hearing my pleas and hearing my cries because they know I love dirt track racing. We get to have ourselves some fun. field looking to get rocked in formation, get set to go. Brent Carey trying to tell the boys, hey, don't get left behind back there. I will go when I feel like it, so you better be ready for me. Fielding them down that off of turn number 3 to turn number 4 this time on by. Let's rocket them out. It's time to get the 2022 season finished out onto the wild ride here at Limaland. Deep into the inside immediately, the number 18, Josh Andrews, sends it towards Robert Overstreet. Overstreet able to defend him off immediately. Brent Carey, though, has got the early advantage, trying to keep speed high and keep the momentum clear. Keeping his field in motion, trying to make sure he's got everyone clear as could be, but you can see them right behind him looking to already grasp the power of the supers. If you can find a way to get some good fresh clay down there in that Ohio dirt clay, you can definitely find speed to work around and gain momentum off of. Traction is going to be everything with these super late models. If you're running in the slick, you better make sure you're not overpowered at one wrong move and you're going to be slipping and sliding your way out of that position, out of the top spots. Top 524, Brent Carey right now trying, and I mean desperately trying to keep them all behind him with only 7 laps remaining this time on by. Overstreet desperately trying to get some kind of momentum though cooked up. We're on board with Overstreet. You can see him muscling, working the wheel, trying to keep the front of the nose clear of trouble while keeping the rear end as hard as it can be into the grip, into the groove. You see a lot of drivers maybe moving towards that cushion, trying to use the walls, a little bit of a rip pad, and Overstreet's definitely doing that. Rips it up on the top side. Brent Carey, though, is currently hanging on to the race lead. Firing it down past the 5 to go marker. We've got 4 laps remaining here in heat number 1. All drivers will get ready to settle their way into the A main in due time, but Josh Andrews right now looking to put up a fight with Noah Grooves to the 21. Grooves and Andrews having some company and some fighting out between themselves. The 14 and Mason Sweet too far behind is going to have to start to dial everything in for the A mains and the dashes to come. 2 laps ago, green flag high in the air this time on by. White flag coming out this time on by here down off of turn number 4. It is Brent Carey, your race leader. Overstreet trying to get to him. One more time around though, it's too little too late. Brent Carey will keep the 524 to the checkers. Fastest qualifier, fastest in the heat. A good showing immediately out of the gate there. For your number 1 seed, we'll have to see how well that holds up for him throughout this run today. It's time to take a look at your race results here for heat number 1 here on your show now. Presented by White Knuckle Setup and Graphics. Here is your results. And it is Brent Carey with the win. Robert Overstreet second. Noah Grooves third. Josh Andrews fourth. And Mason Sweet will take home 5th. Entering in though to heat number 2, I should say. This is going to be another star-studded one here. We're going to see Rodney Bailey in the 111 the outside, and the 03 is Gavin Ropchin. At row number 2, we're going to see Jeremy Parker on the number 40 the outside, and the 72, it is going to be Jody Willard. And finally in row 3, shot in the field, that is Cole Basso. So now field getting ready to get down to business here and get back down in the action here. It should be interesting to see how these drivers fare and how they feel going into this battle. Well, first, let's take a listen here real quick to Heat 1 results. Finishers, Robbie Overstreet, you're going to take home the 2nd place spot there from that battle with Carey there. How do you feel going into the next set of rounds, sir?
We feel good, buddy. Just take it, one step at a time and just work our way through this.
With how track is burning up right now, how do you feel it could burn up later on, and how much more do you think these drivers can really do damage with this kind of car?
It's gonna be pretty slick. Hopefully it'll slick off pretty good and get multi-grooved, so we can have some good racing.
Absolutely. All right, Overstreet, thank you so much for your time down there, sir.
Thanks, sir.
Robbie Overstreet finishing 2nd in heat number 1, race fans. We'll take it down now to heat number 2. Rodney Bailey in the 111 is going to go to the inside, kick their way off of turn number 4. Green flag high in the air. Heat 2 begins. Hard start, and fenders put together. Troubles off of turn 3 and 4. Or 1 and 2, I should say, as there's problems down there immediately. Rodney Bailey clipped up by Robchin and Parker. Parker, though, able to falsely get himself back in the throttle, but now without losing some positions. The 0-3 at Robchin gonna move his way in. Bailey keeps his lead. Well, if you're gonna send it, you might as well send it when you first get your chance. And I don't think they had any ideas what they were gonna do other than just go for broke. Not the way they were looking to out of the gate, though, because they gave Rodney Bailey, oh, he needs to hold on to the race lead immediately. Robchin, though, trying to get some momentum going. Desperately trying to get the outside group to work while at the same time trying to push the pedal to the metal to get to Bailey. Bailey is not letting up. Keeps the momentum going. The 111 is your race leader. Started in that leader. He has been in that spot since the beginning. Jeremy Parker giving it quite the whole shot, quite the fight out though. Throwing a little bit of a haymaker there at Jody Willard in the 72 as well. But so far it has been Bailey and Robchin that have been anywhere near close to having a little shootout besides that little first part of the start. 5 laps to go. We got a high five in the air this time by from the flagmen. They know they've only got 5 laps remaining. Bailey trying to hang on just a little bit longer here. Speed kicking up definitely a bit more than so. And he knows he's being hunted down by the man that pilots the 0-3. You take that 0 out, then you might have an intimidator behind you, but right now Bailey is trying to keep that from happening. We've got 2 laps to go. Green flag high in there this time on by with only 2 left to remain. And Robchin, gotta run, gotta seam. You can see him work in the inside, trying to get the wheel to work as fast as he can just to get some grip off those corners. Down to the white flag this time on by. Robchin has got all he wants. Bailey trying to hang on. It's slide job city time. Here comes a 0-3. Not enough though to grip. It's gonna be Bailey taking heat 2. Jeremy Parker will take home 3rd. Jody Willard will take home 4th. Heat 2 winner goes to the 111 of Rodney Bailey. Let's take a look at our Heat 2 results real quick here as we enter into Heat number 3. Now onto the stage here, race fans. What a performance there by everybody involved, but it is Bailey, Robchin, Parker, Willard that takes that one home. Basso did not race. And Heat number 3 is going to be piloting in the number 12. That'll be Jared King, the outside, and the number 6 is Zachary Bache. In row number 2, that will be the number 82 of Joseph Bean. The outside of him in the number 6, it's going to be it's going to be the 82 of, yeah. I got my numbers all maxed up here, guys. I'm sorry. Joseph Bean's the 82, and then Clayton Wise will be the number 2, and then finally Tim Hendry is piloting the number 20. Got it all mixed up around here. That's my bad, guys. Jared King getting ready to get out of here. We'll see what happens here on the track side and what they can bring to the table. Field preparing to get themselves strapped up. We talked to King earlier. He says he's going to be looking more towards the multi-groove ends of it, looking for any kind of spot he can bring to the table. So much up for grabs here as they're going to bring it down off for turn number 4. Heat number 3 begins. Sliding their way down in. No bumping and banging out of the gate. King gets the early advantage. And the 6, Zachary Bache right now trying to immediately get right up there to him. Oh, slamming the wall right off down through turn number 3 and 4 though. Massive speed loss with 12K. King losing control of that grip. Here comes Bache. Slide job through 1 and 2. And the slide job, other than like last time in the heat and the other heat you just saw, this one stuck and it grips well. Bache has got the lead. 3 wide down through turn number 1 and 2. The 82, Joseph Bean and Clayton Wise having a great battle out. The 2 trying to make a comeback from the back of the pack. Clayton Wise, though, knows he's got some work to do still. Works the outside line, trying to get the cushion to dig in. Every driver for themselves right now, trying to tear it up there, while at the same time trying to tear up that bottom lane. Slingshot down to the bottom. Here comes the number 2. Wise looking to throw the slide job at King. He's successful. King get to throw one back. He's staying low and in the groove, but he's not getting grip. The 2 into the wall a little bit. King trying to find an opening the inside. Gets tagged for his troubles. He says, "You throw one, I'll throw one." Slide job to the 2, but he didn't grip it enough. Zachary Bass and Clayton Wise able to hold their sliders. King was not successful. 5 laps remain here as we're going to get him deeper into the track. Zachary Bass right now just trying to hold down the field, trying to hang in on everybody he's got right now with 4 to go. He knows he's in a fight out, in a shootout with these drivers. No driver is safe right now from the madness, the chaos that has ensued so far. Clayton Wise right now trying to stay in control. May have something left. If Bass makes any mistakes, he'll have a shot at him. 2 to go. We'll turn to a white flag this time on by. High in the air this time around. We're going to send them on their way. Bass, Wise, King through 3 and 4. It's going to be Zachary Bass taking this one home. Heat winner for Zachary Bass. And an impressive fight out there between the drivers. Alright, heat number 3 coming up on your results right now. We're going to take it down to heat number 4 in just a moment, but take a look at the results here. What a battle back there for Zachary Bass, Clayton Wise, and Jared King losing grip and ground. Joseph Bean, Tim Hendry definitely got their hands cut out for them and their work cut out for them in the future. Now on to heat number 4. This is going to be Jackson Franklin, the 0 on the outside. It'll be the 115. Then is Jeremy Boucher. And row number 2, it's going to, or Bucci. It's going to be row number 2. It's going to be Jake Holden, 79 the outside. And the 14 is going to be Thomas Brody, excuse me. And then Robert Brenneman will be in the number 15, rounding out heat number 4. Interesting battle there between the drivers here. Let's take a listen in here. I believe we're going to be talking to Clayton Wise. Clayton, is this you on the line?
Sir.
Alright, well, it's good to have you back on the show here, sir. Congratulations on a great battle there in heat number 3. I gotta ask you, man, it was a little bit wild there, throwing slide jobs all around. How did it feel to go throwing it at these guys?
It was fun, man. I was just trying to concentrate. These guys are hard to beat.
For sure there. What's gonna be the focus entering in for the A mains and all them here?
Just focus and keep going up front.
Sure there. Alright, well, thank you for your time down there. Best of luck in the next rounds.
Thank you, sir.
Clayton Wise, ladies and gentlemen, on the line there. It's going to be interesting to see what he brings to the table here, as he's got a whole host of drivers trying to take control of the fight down on the track. Off of turn number 3 and 4 this time on by. Heat number 4 begins. Well, seemingly wasting little to no time, they go high side. Jackson Franklin sends it to the top and rips it around. Down on the bottom lane, though, Thomas Brody trying to find another way. The number 14 does not like the top side. He says that's trouble, and he sees why. Trouble. Jeremy Bucci and slamming it right off of turn number 2, gets it into the outside retaining barrier and wall. Trouble down there for Bucci. That will cost him precious time. Thomas Brody and the 14 right now looking extremely strong on the bottom lane, trying to get something going. And the 79 and Jake Holt. Every driver for themselves here, and they know what they can't give up too easily. They've got to stick to their guns. There is grip on the bottom, but again, you can't go below those tires. You gotta stay right where you're at. Looks like Jackson Franklin's starting to see too what Brody's up to. He wants to go to the middle, towards the bottom. He wants to get some of the grip. There is some grip there in the middle. And staying out of that wall does kind of help you stay away from what the 115 just did earlier. Jake Holt right now probably just considering his options, trying to focus in on what line gives him the best grip, the best line to win. And you can just see just how difficult it is to keep RPMs up, keep the speed at bay, keep the car in one control. So much goes into it, and so much really takes it out on the track. You really have got to watch your momentum while at the same time trying to bring the best of your ability to this kind of racing. That's why I always said dirt racing is one of the hardest sports to truly grip and master. But this is what we used to grow up with. This is what really we started from. Yeah, you can have all your days in the sun without asphalt racing, how tough it is there. And it is very much tough indeed. But you had to start with the dirt, the clay, the grass, the grounds to get to that cement, to get to that asphalt. This is why the dirt track racing scene is still alive and well. It's because this is where it all started. And sometimes it can get a bit crazier than you expect right now. Troubles right now for the 14 and Thomas Brody as we got the white flag eye in the air. Looks like he's just getting in trouble to get the car to rip around on the right side. Jackson Franklin, no such issues. He brings the number 1 straight out of turn number 4. He's going to win heat number 4. And a thrilling fight out there for the numbers 1 here. Jackson Franklin certainly setting himself high in the containment spot. Now on to our little section here for the dash here. Take a look at our results here. Franklin, Holt, Rody, Bucci, and Brenneman finalizing that out here. Let's take a look at our kind of, shall we say, B main, if you will. This is our dash race. It'll be Noah Groves in the 21, the outside. In the 40, that'll be Jeremy Parker. Rod number 2 is going to be Jared King. In the 12, the outside. In the 14 is Thomas Brody. Rod number 3 is going to be the 18 of Josh Anders. And the outside in the 72 is Jody Willard. Rod number 4 is Joseph Bean. In the 82, the outside. In the 115, it's Jeremy Bucci. And finally, rod number 5, it's going to be the 56 of Mason Sweet. The outside. In the 20, it's Tim Hendry. That will round out your field. Preparing to do battle, preparing for it all. We'll talk more with the drivers as we get along for the ride today. So pretty much consider this your B main dash here, race fans. This will be a fight out for these drivers. Down through corners number 3 and 4. Track still in pretty good condition. Leading them down though, Noah Grooves sets the tone. Go here, they'll settle them off down back to the track side here, gonna fire them off down through turn number 3 and 4. Troubles there, unfortunately. It looks like the 82 having some problems. Joseph Bean getting trapped between the 20 and Tim Hendry, and then a rock in a hard place while trying to find his way out of that mess. We find ourselves in another kind of mess out here, a little fight out between the 21 of Noah Grooves and the 40 of Jeremy Parker. Groves setting it sky high there, sideways right through turn number 2 as the 40 of Parker dives down to the inside, trying to find a pass on around the corners. 12 laps left to go here. The field starting to stretch it in and starting to grip and stretch these, claw their way through the dirt. The slipping and sliding though, you can see that black tarmac of turf that has been laid down. That's from the rubber these drivers have been throwing on the track. This track is all but tore up, and it's building up a lot of grip and a lot less grip and more slick. Then you get into the slick, then you got harder racing in turn. That's when you figure out, do I go one way or do I try another? And that's exactly what we're getting some of right now. Josh Anders getting in there a little bit with Jared King, bumping and banging, rubbing, racing. In the back of the back right now, there is a fight out between their 14 there. As there's problems down there, Jared King has come to a dead stop in the 12K, no caution. problems down there. 3 wide down in the back here. Good battle between the 72, Jody Willard, and the 115, Jeremy Bucci, and the 14 there. The Mason Sweet earlier on struggling badly, and he's struggling even more. He's upside down through 1 and 2. The rear end completely dismantled, but he somehow gets it to recover and send it back on its roof. Ripped the entire rear end out of that car, and yet still was able to get it back up and running there. Oh my goodness. Field stretching out further to go. Josh Anders sitting comfortably there in that 3rd spot. Little white knuckle Cartoon Network styled up 72 there. Jody Willard firing at Jeremy Bucci in the 115. Everybody right now trying to grip and rip the corners and trying to hang on to the turns with only 4 laps remaining. Noah Grooves, your race leader, though the 21 has yet to have been challenged by anybody but Jeremy Parker. And it seems as though he found the cushion, found the right line, and found the right grip, stealing it for all it's worth right now, staking the momentum and keeping the power alive. Slide down through 3 and 4. 2 laps remain. With 1 to go, though, it is Grooves and Parker trying to overcome the obstacles ahead of him. Grooves in trouble. The 20 of Hendry almost in his way. Gets out of the way, though, and off a turn 3 and 4. Grooves will hold off Parker to win the final concede. Wow, wow, wow. That was chaotic, my friends. And I don't think we would have it any other way. Scott Smith has joined us, says, get her done. That's right, Scott. Your field of drivers putting on a show, putting on a battle. And we're going to take it down to the warm-up session now, so we get ready for warm-up. Time to take a look at your results here for the conceit. Noah Grooves wins this one out, takes down Jeremy Parker. Josh Anders going to get 3rd. Joey Willard going to go 4th. Jeremy Bucci going to go 5th. Mason Sweet gets 6th. Thomas Rhodey getting 7th. Joseph Bean getting 8th. Tim Hendry going to go 9th. And 10th goes to Jared King. 12K. Finding himself between a rock and a hard place there in that one. Field is going to bring him right around the track here, and they're going to get themselves ready to go by just setting up a quick little warm-up spot here and trying to get themselves some momentum, some grip down the track. We're going to take it down now and also talk with some of these guys here as they get ready to get down to it here. Josh Anders is now on the line with us here. And Anders, talk about a wild performance there you guys had in that one. You had a battle back quick in the heats, then you go into the conceit and then fight it out quick. I mean, what was it like down there in that crew?
Yeah, it was pretty good. Track's getting real slick. Looks like it's going to get real racy for us.
Rear racing indeed. Now, when everything slicks up on Lima Land surface here, we do know there's a bit of a high bank, kind of a bull ring style to it, but just for the fans, viewers at home, how tough is it to really get a bit of a grip when that slick starts to truly build up all around the track?
Oh man, it's tough. It's all throttle control at that point. You're going to lose all the grip. It's going to be going.
All the grip indeed. Whatever else, Anders, we appreciate your time down there, bud. Best of luck as you get ready for the AMA.
Thank you.
Josh Anders, ladies and gentlemen, on the line here. Time to take it in to listen now to Jackson Franklin here. He joins me now on the line here. Jackson, right now, as your guys are getting ready to just throw it down a little bit, get this track warmed up. How are you feeling behind that wheel there, my friend?
What?
You got a copy?
Yeah, I hear you. My
All
bad.
right.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We just asked you, how are you? You're getting track warmed up and getting all set to go here. How are you feeling down on this track end today?
I feel like I got her a little tuned up right now. I'm gonna see what she's got for this dash. I mean, I had her rolling through the slick there in the heat race, but she was a little free on entry. Hopefully, I got it settled in.
So, indeed, with 50 laps to the distance here too, with this track slicked up pretty bad, where is going to be the line you're going to be trying to hit the most at on this very slipped up Lima Land Motorsports Park?
I might try to hit the top early and see what it has, but I'm gonna try to stay on the top as long as possible if it's there.
For sure there. All right. Well, Franklin, thank you for your time down there.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Joshua Franklin, ladies and gentlemen, on the line, or Jackson Franklin, excuse me. Yeah, I said I was kind of stuffed. I wasn't feeling very good, so I didn't say I was incapable while talking. I just unfortunately have a horrible time with names. So my apologies to anybody I get their name messed up on or first time or not. Take a listen now. One of the other guys on the track here today, here, Parker, joining us on the line here. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Hey, how's it going, bud?
Yeah, it's going pretty good, sir. You've been watching these guys go at, and you've seen it yourself, and you know how a thing or two about how hard it is just kind of race with this kind of level and this kind of playing field. With that being said, I mean, competition-wise, it's got to be the toughest it's going to be to try to win that 50-lap main, isn't it?
Oh man, it's been tough out there, and you know, we made some mistakes in the heat race there on that first lap, and been trying to come back from it, and it's really a tough crowd out here. Brent's got that thing on rails, and a couple of these guys, man, Robbie Overstreet and a couple other guys, it's gonna be real hard to catch, and it's gonna be real hard to pass here with it being slick, and I think we're gonna have a good race though. It's gonna be pretty good. I think you're gonna see some guys going to the top, some guys going to the bottom, some guys running through the middle. I think we're gonna have a good race.
So it was a little bit of a multi-groove section end of the track and a lot of areas to really play with. Really for you, how and when do you think is going to be the best time to kind of switch it up between on the turns and on corners, or do you think really sticking to one line is going to be the best option for this kind of race?
Yeah, we'll probably just honestly, we'll probably get out there, try to fill it out, see what goes on. We're gonna try to set it up to go the long way. Might not look too good in the beginning, but hopefully we can find something. I mean, we're probably gonna be looking around. You probably see some guys going back and forth trying to look for some speed. I'm sure there'll be some guys that ain't hitting it. We just hope we can find it, you know. Just hope we can get on it quick and start making some passes and get up there, maybe getting the money.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for your time down there, buddy.
Man, I appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Jeremy Parker, ladies and gentlemen, on the line there, getting ready to get down to business, get down to it. Watching our drivers go at it right now on the track. We're kind of listening to one of the other guys that was putting up a great fight earlier, but got himself trapped in a few times there. Thomas Brody on the line here. Thomas, you earlier on your heats, we noticed you like to kind of head to that bottom lane there. Did you think that the bottom lane was going to be the best line to grip for, and it will be continuously the best line today?
You can't really run the top around this track without getting in the wall, and I don't know if it's iRacing that hates me or what, but if I get in the wall, I get stuck in the wall, and I got to pretty much completely stop to get off of it. So I mean, I usually just stick to the bottom.
Well, we do know that that wall has actually been, has usually been in previous times, kind of an easier way to kind of build more speed up, but it sounds like you guys are actually struggling. If we get into that wall, it finally actually kind of slows you guys up a bit. Is that the case here, or is that just something you guys were told not to get into?
Just a preference thing. I hate running up along the wall. So.
Fair enough there. All right. Well, nevertheless, Rody, really appreciate your time down here, and best of luck as you get ready to put the fight to the boys today.
Yep.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Rody there on the line here. Look over here so you can see how everybody puts their throttle down, puts their pedal into the metal here. There is one last driver that has yet to talk with us here. Who do we have on the line real quick here?
This is Zachary Bache.
Zachary Bache. Hey, Zachary, man, welcome back to the show, and congratulations on some pretty good battling earlier on. Zachary, I got to ask you, man, you had a wonderful heat there. I believe it was heat 2 or 3. I think it was heat 3, wasn't it?
Yeah, I won heat race number 3.
So heat number 3, you made the pass down there. Made a little slide job maneuver, getting the pass out there. Now you're going into the A main. You're looking to be one of the favorites here. But how difficult is it going to be to kind of bring that success from heat 3 into the A main?
There's a couple good drivers in here. I know Brank, Clayton, Jackson, Robert. There's a lot of good guys in here. Gavin Ropechan as well. It's going to be pretty hard. I know the track's pretty slicked off right now. So, I mean, the top's pretty dominant right now. I think some people may work to the bottom. Slider lines might be in factor 2. But I think early on, there's going to be a lot of battling on maybe a couple of wrecks beginning of the race too, maybe late too. But other than that, I mean, it's going to be a hard race, man. There's a lot of good guys in here, and it's definitely going to be a challenge.
Certainly there. Well, nevertheless, Bache, man, any final thoughts or final words before we get ready for the A main coming up?
Oh, absolutely. I'd like to give a big shout out to Brent Carey and everybody over at White Knuckle. I'd like to give my boss Frank over at Stinger Motorsports a big shout out. But other than that, appreciate putting on this race with Brent and everything. But other than that, I appreciate you hosting and hosting. Jesus, broadcasting. I haven't done an interview in such a long time, so I'm pretty rusty at it.
Hey man, it's all good. That's why we come in here to help you guys out and bring you a little fun tonight. So best of luck down there, buddy.
All right, thanks. I appreciate it, man.
Factory base, ladies and gentlemen, getting ready to go at it here. The fans are on their feet. They're excited. We're excited. The fans want it. We want it. So when we come back here, we will be getting down to business here at Lima, Ohio's Limaland Speedway. It's going to be a big one here on the show. Before we do go real quick for a little quick break here, we want to give a big thank you again to White Knuckle Setup Graphics Shop, Gun Graphix Design, Wolf Speed Media, and of course our friends over at WB Creative Designs. Thank you so much to all those involved that were able to help put this on for the show. With the Holly Jolly 50, this is of course the final race of the 2022 campaign and season for these drivers, as well as our broadcast crew. We have a lot of crazy stuff coming your way in 2023, and maybe even some more league action, and possibly even crazier stuff going on. You don't want to miss it. Stay tuned with us as always here on the show. As mentioned already, we're currently under the warm-up session right now, preparing for the A main. When looks like we're getting ready now to take it down here for our 50 lap finale. Race fans, if you're ready, I'm ready. Let's get it done. It's time for the A main event. And here's how we're going to do it. On the pole, it will be Brent Carey in the 524. The outside in the 111 is Rodney Bailey. In row number 2, it's going to be Zach Bayish in the number 6. The outside in the 1, Jackson Franklin. Row number 4 is going to be the 46 of Robert Overstreet. The outside in the 03 is Kevin Ruptrin. Row number 4 is going to be the 2 of Clayton Weiss. The outside in the 79, it is Jake Holt. Row number 5 is the 21 of Noah Grooves. The outside in the 40, Jeremy Parker. Row number 6 is the 18 of Josh Anders. The outside in the 72, that will be Jody Willard. Row number 7 is the 115 of Jeremy Bocci. And the outside in the 56, Mason Sweet. Row number 8 is Thomas Rohde in the 14. The outside in the 82 is Joseph Bean. Final starter row 9, the 20, Tim Hendry. And the 12 of Jared King. Race fans, it's that time at last. Let's get to this. They come from all walks of life to give you the show you've been waiting for, race fans. It's time. Here we go. Holly Jolly 50 at Lima Land. We rip them around here for the final time this season and this year. We have remained green from the start. Everybody can keep their momentum alive, trying to push their momentum as much as I'm trying to push my voice to this crud I'm dealing with right now on my throat. Back to the bottom lane, though, you see drivers trying to shoehorn them off. Gavin Rupchin, and it looks like some workarounds from Jake Holt in the 79. They're all trying to get a run there as they go 3 wide. Selection down. Britt Carey trying to get the 524 off the top side. Looking to fight it out with the one of Jackson Franklin. But Clayton Weiss, Old Bubbles, has got the lead, and he's keeping it going good on the bottom lane. 3 deep, still through 1 and 2. Either driver trying to give the inches here. Here comes Franklin there in the middle. Shoots horns on the outside there. Clayton Weiss slightly loose, then tightens it up on the bottom. Can't give up too much momentum. You can't let them get too ahead of yourself. You can't let the cars be too timid. Stay focused on your line and hit your marks when you can. This is the Bullring style track that you would fight these supers on. This track right now is giving you just a good idea of how hard, how fast you must push your limits, your body and your mind just to get to the front of the pack. And then when you're up front, well, there's only one thing left you can do, and that's just hope and pray you can stay right there in that place. Josh Sanders right now 3 spots up, hard charging, but Clayton Wise is the hard charger award winner so far. Problems down there for Thomas Rohde. He will park it down in the pit stall. Rohde's day is all but done and over with there. There's trouble right up ahead. Look out! What is going wrong with Mason Sweet? Yellow is out. Yellow is out. The number 14 brings out our caution of the day here. This is our first caution. Presented by White Knuckle Setup and Graphic Shop. Here's the P10 instant replay. Sweet drills the corners, and then he himself gets drilled. Massive pile up there. Sweet tries to get it out of the track there and get it back fired up. Clayton Wise trying to avoid him, and so did Brent Carey. Good driving by all the other drivers as the caution drew out. And again, that's just something you're going to see a lot of, as well as when drivers get ready to hit them up on the turns and hit them up on the corners here and just see where they can bring it to the table. Now Clayton White is going to have to find himself in a very tumultuous little spot here. Thomas Roney right now currently in pit road, and so is Jared King here, both drivers. Mechanical problems ending up throwing themselves in the back of the pack here, going to struggle their way back into the field. Currently right now on lap 10, looking into lap 11 here. Pace truck coming off down off turn number 3 and 4 this time on by. Green flag back on out. Ripping the cords up. Kerry trying to get the run to Clay Wise. Wise trying to hold the bottom. Wise might be in trouble here. Here comes Kerry. Remember in heat number 1, he had been not challenged once, and he won't be challenged again if Clayton doesn't figure something out. Trying to rip the bottom lane, a new one, while Kerry rips the top to the heavens above. The debts below don't quite work right now. Wise moves into second. Jackson Franklin and Clayton gonna go at it here a little bit. Side by side battle for second. Every driver for themselves here. Jake Holt and the 79 gonna go at it a little bit. The 03 of Gavin Rupchin trying to also bring it to the house. Every driver for themselves here as they continue to fight it out, shoot out between each other. Jared King with more troubles down there though. Couldn't quite get the car to square back up. You see him with the problems down there. Josh Anderson, the 18, making a great little fight back here. 3 deep into the corners they go. Every driver for themselves, and they know they've got it all on the line to sit it through and to sit and think about it more as they go. No one, though, safe for the turns through the exits and the entries. Zachary Bates, we talked to them a little earlier on. He said he wanted to try to stay away from that outside if he could. He's moving towards the outside, though, right now. Clayton Wise struggling in the bottom. They're 4 deep in through turn number 2. 4 deep around the turns, through the corners they go. Every driver right now just getting what they can, what it's worth. Still traveling, trapped in the middle. The 03 of Gavin Rupchin sent back to the pack, to the outhouse with you, sir. Hold, now moving into the bottom lane, looking for control of the drip. You kids got a lot of hard racing there, battling it out in that position. But Jackson Franklin and Frank Carey right now are your 2 front runners. Carey trying to hold Franklin off. Franklin trying to see if there's something down on the bottom in the middle group to catch him. He hasn't been able to get it yet. Cam Red Torch Illich is saying, let's go, Zachary Bache. Great to have you on the show. Thank you for tuning in. Zachary Bache is indeed doing all right now. Currently just in a little bit of a fight out in the middle of the pack, trying to get closer to the top 5. Talking with him earlier on, we knew that he was going to really have to find the line and find the shot. Looks like he might have an idea there, but he didn't quite have momentum to get it in between Josh Anders. Clayton probably thinking right now, that caution didn't come out. I'd had a much more comfortable lead than I have right now. Struggling to keep the grip and keep the momentum up. Gavin Robson now slingshots it down the bottom. Look for the slide job. Does not connect. Will it connect this time? He's sticking it to him. Trying to get the rear end just in front of him enough to force him to back off. Remember, if the slide job connects, you must give in. And he does. He works it in well. Straight to the outside. Look at that right front. Dig right into the dirt. You can see him just completely pounding that thing into the ground. And look up front, though. A battle for the lead. Jackson Franklin has found a way to put Kerry in his place. Brent trying to hold him off. Cameras couldn't quite cut to it quickly in time, though, but the Wolf Media White, the Wolfson Media White Knuckle machine is putting up a fight. To the other White Knuckle Graphics set up and shop. To the 524. Franklin though slams it right into the wall. Got to get it back out. Look for another shot at him. You can't take the damage and think that it will help you out. It will more than likely hurt you more than it'll help you. Meanwhile, while those two battle, don't look now, but you've got company. Robert Overstreet is now scratching, clawing, and snidbitting his way through the top ranks and back to the top of the half. Back and forth affair between Clayton Wise and Josh Anders, as now Zachary Bache puts himself into the top 5. Battle for 5th between Wise Anders, and Beisch. And the more these guys fight, the more there is guys in the back just having a little bit of a field day back there. Jake Holt, Noah Grooves also swinging their way into the peak and into the mix. And through the corners, Wise holding the bottom, slingshots the top. Anders now moves it ahead of the 2. And look out below, 3 deep, slams into Base right out the corner. Base clapped in there by Noah Grooves. Right rear end clipping, unfortunately, and taking him for a ride. Now down to the bottom goes the 79. That is going to be Jake Holt looking for it. 3 deep down to the corners. Absolutely nobody is safe right now from the mayhem or the chaos that the bull rings can bring to the table. Even the leaders are not safe from it. They're running up on lap traffic. Brent Carey and Jackson Franklin at an odds end here. Anything that happens in front of them, it will affect them. And it won't just affect one over the other. It affects both if they can't capitalize on it. Carey trying to hold Franklin back as much as he can. Overstreet trying to still get some momentum gripped up in the number 46. He hasn't been able to find the momentum, though, to take him down just yet. Still plenty of time left on the clock. 15 laps remain. This go on around. Only one caution so far. Been a very rice and feist out ride, but a fair ride and a fair battle on most occasions. Only occasionally did some rubbing and racing get a little bit too aggressive, perhaps, and a little too over the top. Grooves and Holt right now doing a great job keeping their consistency and the momentum up. Rodney Bailey, the 111, looking to try to do that too. Clay Wise right now probably just got to be thinking he's probably the one with the worst luck out of all of them. Wise had a great lead before the caution came out, and once his lead got lost, some guy by the name of Brent Carey decided just to take him for a jump and go to the top and take it to fight. And the traffic now infecting both of them. Jackson Franklin and Brent Carey battle for the race lead. Mano y mano, back and forth, back and forth. Somebody's going to give it up. Franklin seems to have the advantage, but Carey found another groove. He found another gear. He found a way to dig that right front in just in the nick of time to keep him back. But they are side by side, entering into turn number 1 and 2. Franklin looking for the slider. He almost gets him, but he couldn't quite clear him. Carey hanging on the outside. Franklin desperately just trying, and I mean trying to get some way around him. 9 laps remain. This is the battle for the lead. Everything else going on behind him is just all but for naught to them because they aren't going to be able to catch him, except for Overstreet possibly. If those two get into it the slightest bit, Overstreet will have all he wants and then some. Right down below them, though, watch out for Jody Willard. Willard is on the bottom of the track. Oh, Carey got a snidbit from Franklin. Franklin trying to get him to cushion the fender out. Maybe trying to get him just the slightest bit loose. The old bump and run tactic is a good use, and he used it there again. He's trying to get him. Franklin trying to hold on and catch around him, but Carey, a madman on a mission. He won't give up. 5 laps remain. High five in the air from the flag stand. Franklin just desperately trying to get another run on him. You can see they are as close as they come. They are down in each other. Carey gets away. Now he's got a chance, but he is slipping and gripping into the wall. Franklin, so much momentum coming down the corners. Here it comes. Slide job city. No sliders for you, sir. Carey did not like the taste of that slider. He says, you can serve me up another one if you want. You're not going to get it into my stomach here, sir. He throws it right back. Problems down there for Joseph Bean. That'll cost him this one. 2 to go, though. And Overstreet, what's one last gas? A last attempt to fight it for the top spot. Here we come through turn number 3 and 4. White flag high in the air this time on by. And a major battle ensuing for the race lead. They've got problems up ahead, though. The caution will draw. Caution drawing out before we could get further into that one. And it appears the culprits will be the ones that were involved in that one there. So we'll take another look at the replay here and see what went wrong exactly. Looked like a major wreck ensuing, though, off of turn 3 and 4. Turn 1 and 2 actually looks like, yep, right there you can see the number 2. Unfortunately, of Clayton Wise getting into there. And unfortunately, Bache finding himself trapped in the same predicament. We got 2 green-white checkered attempts coming up here, race fans, and this battle between Carey and Franklin must come to an end some way, somehow, but which will either gives it up? So here we go. Longhorn chassis number 1, Jackson Franklin. The white knuckle setup shop, graphics 524, Brent Carey, and laying in the shadows, the bad one, Robert Overstreet, looking on. We'll put the top 5 on your screen for the rest of the time being here, as we're about to throw down one more time. If Carey gets a good shot in the spot here, he'll be able to hang on and take this one in control. He needs a good start. They're going to bring him right around this time on by. Pace truck will come off. Light's still on, so it appears we're not quite ready to go just yet. Lights are now off on the pace truck. Will they remain off? It appears they will. Brent Carey, Jackson Franklin, Robert Overstreet about to do battle for this win. The final race of 2022 lays in the balance off of turn number 4. Carey, Franklin, Overstreet. Which one will it be? Off the distance. It's Carey out of the gate. Franklin immediately trying to dig it in. Find another line. White flag in the air. This time on by. Franklin gonna try to catch him there. Looking for one more opportunity. One last chance. The slide job is coming. Carey knows he's coming. He's going for the bottom lane. Side by side to the finish. It's Brent Carey to the win for the Holly Jolly 50. And there he is. Our final 2022 winner is the man that pilots the big 524. Brent Carey is victorious here at Lima Motorsports Park in an absolute shootout. We said at the beginning of the show, we put it in the post, prepare for the wild ride to end 2022. We were not lying. Take a good look, race fans. There it is, your final 3. Carey, Franklin, Overstreet, toppling it off for the end of this season. Let's take a look at the results. Happy New Year indeed, and thank you to everyone for tuning in throughout these shows, throughout this coverage. So, presented by Wolfspeed Media, here is your final results here. Brent Carey strikes it big, strikes it home. Jackson Franklin will take a runner-up position. Robert Overstreet's going to go 3rd. Gavin Rupchin is going to go into 4th. 5th goes to Noah Groves. 6th to Josh Anders. 7th to the 111 of Rodney Bailey. Jake Holt's going to bring it at 8th. Zachary Bache will go 9th. And 10th will finally go to Clayton Wise to round it out for the final top 10 of the season. Race fans, there is one last, last thing we got to do here, and I swear I'm not going out 2022 without talking with our final 3 drivers. Race fans, let's listen into them now. Finishing 3rd on the podium, the bronze will belong to the 4-6 of Robert Overstreet. Robert, congratulations on that here, sir. But my friend, it looked like before that last caution came out, you had something to toy with Franklin and Carey. How are you feeling down at that last bit there, sir?
She was feeling really good, buddy. I was kind of disappointed to see that last caution. I was wondering when it should have been 20 laps sooner. The car come around really good right there at the end.
Came around really good. Started to get a little bit more grip. I'll ask you. I mean, at least late models like to dig that right front end, but it looked like a few times you were just digging up more than just the right front. It looked like the entire nose was just completely ripping. This track a new one. How the heck were you able to keep that thing on in control there, sir?
It's like riding a bucking bull at that point. You just hanging on to her.
You were hanging on to more than just a bucking bull, my friend. You were hanging on to a one wild, super late model cat, my friend. Congratulations on that third place finish. Who do you want to thank for this one?
Thank you, buddy. I'd like to thank White Knuckle Setup Shop for putting the race on and for providing the setups, and Sub Zero. They're a really good team that helps back me also.
For sure there. All right, Robert, congratulations on this third place finish today, sir.
All right, buddy. Thank you, sir.
Robert Overstreet, ladies and gentlemen, going to go third today, round out his campaign for 2022. Runner-up today, though, out of it all in the big one, Jackson Franklin. You, my friend, deserve that runner-up and that silver without a doubt. In many ways, I think you feel like you deserve the gold, but you come out just a little short. But what an absolute clinic you threw it at with Brent Carey there on the later half. What was going through your mind as you two were just trading paint looking for that lead?
Man, I had no clue. At the start of the race, I was a little worried about the setup, about what I did, but about halfway through, I knew I had a good piece. And I had that top rolling, found a good line on that cut down line, but I just couldn't get around him. It was like he was a roadblock. He was in front of me no matter where I went. But I appreciate him racing me clean. I appreciate the white knuckle guys for all the support that they give me.
You know, the rubbing his racing mentality, it looked like a few times you guys were kind of putting the boots to each other and kind of giving each other a little bit of a thing or two to believe. How hard was it to kind of keep that thing under control when you did kind of get a little bit too close or into that groove with him?
Oh man, you had to be up on the wheel all 50 laps for sure. That's definitely. She was running a good bit. Track was a race. You could probably run about everywhere almost till halfway through. Then the top got real dominant. But like I said, you just had to stay on the wheel the whole time.
Stay on the wheel the whole time and let her eat the dirt. And Brent, Jackson, you did that, all that, then some against Brent. So I must ask you, sir, as you finish runner-up in the end of this 2022 season, who do you want to thank for this, sir?
I just want to thank White Knuckle Setups for everything that they do and all the support that they give me. I really appreciate it.
For sure there, Jackson. Congratulations, man. What a performance for you and this team today.
Appreciate it. Thank you guys for putting this on.
Absolutely. Jackson Franklin, ladies and gentlemen, closes out 2022 as a runner-up, but the man that will strike it to the top spot, Brent Carey, will hold the moniker in the 524 today. Brent, first off, congratulations and winning this race in the Holly Jolly 50, and congratulations being our final winner ever broadcasted in 2022. How does this one feel after all the hard work you had to throw down, sir?
Oh man, it feels great. Jackson was giving me a good race. The track was awesome. Everybody raced real hard. It was. We went out with a bang, man. It was awesome.
For sure there. Now, I'll ask you too. I mean, earlier on, it looked like you had a little bit of trouble actually getting to Clayton Wise there before that first caution that came out, getting the outside line to work. What changed, though, that able to maneuver that thing to get that grip and then finally build the speed to take over and get this win today here in the Holly Jolly 50?
Early on, I was just searching around, man. I obviously, I wanted to go out there and win the money in the dash, and Clayton got it, and he got me wondering if that bottom was good. So I was trying the middle, the bottom early, but I had to stick with my guns and go to the wall, man. And once I did that, I was able to take the lead.
Able to take the lead and take this one home and end out this year on the highest point of them all. I've got to ask you one last final question, sir. Who do you want to thank?
Oh man, I gotta thank everybody on the car. I need to thank White Knuckle Setup and Graphics Shop for all the setup help. The designers working there always keeping me looking fast. WB Creative, A1 Designs, DDS Designs. I need to thank Wolf Speed Media and EDS Photography for all my picture and video promotions. Snake Bitten Gaming and Sub-Zero Sim Racing, man.
Absolutely. All right. Well, man, Brent, it's been a wonderful race. We appreciate you having us come on out, sir. Congratulations collecting the Holly Jolly 50 as the final race of 2022.
I appreciate it, Bubba. Thank you.
Have a happy new year, man. Congratulations.
Happy New
Oh, sorry. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Brent Carey, ladies and gentlemen, wins this one out and to end out an illustrious final race. Race fans, from all of us here at PT Race TV, we just want to say thank you so much for an incredible year. what a high note we've been on, and what a long road and journey we've been on. So thank you so much for your support. We love you guys from the bottom of our hearts. We will be seeing you guys in 2023. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you again to WB Creative Designs, Top Gun Graphics, White Knuckle Setup and Graphics Shop, and to you fans for everything. Thank you so much. We've got a lot of crazy stuff coming your way in 2023. We will see you when the green flag flies here on PTM Racing TV.